So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream, live Thursdays. It's recorded for Ustream.tv and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. Apologies for the croaky voice. I've put three of these cases. I call them a pencil case, but I think they're probably a little bit more than a pencil case. They're kind of like a complete colouring case. It's probably a better word. And if I open it up, you'll be able to see. So this particular one is the P. I'll be able to put it. I'll put it in the description below. There's two different ones. And as you can see with this one, I have my Animorphia, and I also have my new Phantomorphia. So you can get, either one chunky sketchbook or a couple of thin books. And inside here I also have my sketchbook, which has got my colours in it. And this one I've filled with three fairly good quality pencils sets. So I've got the Swiss colour, and this is the 40 set. So this is a Swiss colour, and it has the little watermark on it. So it's a watercolour pencil, water-soluble colour pencils. And this is a set of 40. And Caran d'Ache are normally really, really good. And I found that they do have the same waxy feel than the Derwents, so they're very similar quality and they're very good quality pigments. And it's the pigment that's the colour, but you've also had to have quite a good binder as well. So I think these are very, very similar, almost exactly the same. So we've got the Swiss colour by Caran d'Ache. I've got my 72, so there's 40 of those, my 72 Derwent watercolour pencils. And I also have a set of these, and I decided to keep this set even though they've all split. I wanted the purple, the ultramarine, which was missing out of my second-hand set, so I managed to buy these, and I bought it half price, but they must be very old, and that's why they were half price. But I wanted the colour, so we've got it. So they're the Prismacolor watercolour pencils. And there's 36 of those, and what I did, it took quite a long time, but I scratched the colours to make sure that I went from light to dark. Now normally if you have one set, especially the Derwents, that's 1 to 72. So these are cream to pale yellow to dark yellow, light orange to dark orange, and then I've gone to peaches. So I've gone to peach colours and skin tones of pinks. Then when you turn it over, oranges, and then I've gone the skin tone peaches are up here. Then I have my orange reds, my pink reds, my pinks, my pink purples, and my purple blues. Then I've got my blue purples, my dark blues, pale blues, and then I go to very dark, and I also have some turquoise ones, which are either blue nor green. And on the other side, I've got my pale greens to dark greens, and my olives to olive browns. And then on this side, I've pinched out straw and gold, because they're kind of more like a raw sienna. They're a warmer yellow. They're not a cooler yellow. So I've taken them from here and put them here. So if I wanted to do this particular pencil case, you push down, you can take these out. If I wanted, these are very good for hay, for straw roofs, thatch roofs, brick reds and browns. This is all my sets. I could just take this. If I wanted to just browns, I could take this set. On the back, I've got in the Swiss colour, it's given you a gold and a silver, And then I've got the whites of each one, and I very rarely use those, so I may take them out. I have whites and blacks, and then I have the greys. So I've got the pale greys next to white, and then I've got my darkest greys next to black. So of course there's 3 blacks and 3 whites because I have 3 sets. I've then got my Graphitone drawing watercolour. They're called Graphitones, and there's 3 different. There's a dark wash, a light wash, and a medium wash. So if you wanted to do a tonal, like a pencil toner wash, that's what you get with those. And these are the Derwent sketching pencils, but again they have the little brush on, so these are again dark, medium and light wash. So I can do some watercolour sketching, but in monochrome, in black and greys. And because this particular pencil case is slightly different to the bigger one that I have, this one holds 180 because it's 180 in the code. This one only has 3 sleeves, but it does have on the back. The bigger one has 2 pockets. This one has some big loops, elasticated loops, and some smaller ones. So I've decided I put my paint brushes in here, so it becomes a watercolour. Sorry, that was a little dog. Alfie's snoring, apologies. I may have to kick him. So I've got my paintbrushes in here as well. So I've got like a complete watercolour case. And if I took my watercolour, these are my watercolour brushes. You can't see the ends, but they are fluffy, pure watercolour. They're not much good for colour books, but if I wanted to use it as an actual watercolour, because these are so good. These are professional watercolours in here. So I like this because when I use it, I take the things out. And when you zip it up, I do have a little pencil sharpener. This is the Coombe automatic long point pencil sharpener, and it works in 2 systems. Now normally I only use one, so this is a very old set, so I'm going to put it in the first one, and I just take the wood off. It's very rare I take it to a point. I just take the wood off because that's all I need to do. And that's going to go back in there because I don't really need a point on it because I use it as a paper palette. Oops, and I scratch colour, so I don't usually put it into the colour book. I like to scratch my own colour. So I just thought I'd like you to see. This will slide into the pocket and be quite safe. And then the sleeves pop back into there, and it has a nice rubber coating on there, so they're not too stiff. And then everything just folds up, and as you're folding it up, you do have some little spaces at the edges here, so you could pop the pencil sharpener in there. It won't go like that because it's bulky, but if you can pop it down the side, it will pop in the side there. Because I like the idea that every single thing I want is in my case. I wouldn't put more than one or 2 thin colour books in there. But the idea is if you just have one colour book, it means that you will finish that one colour book and you will work in it a lot more than if you have lots of different ones. So it makes you actually finish a colour book a lot better. It kind of sorts you out. Apologies, Alfie's snoring again. So I'd just like to show what's in my, I think it's a If you type in pencil case, I'll put the link in below, but I just cannot think of the number at the moment. If I could find my case. It doesn't tell you what it is on there. But there's a 180, and there was also a slightly bigger one, which is if you type in on Google BTSKY 216, that is a slightly bigger pencil case that holds 216 pencils. It has 4 sleeves, and at the back there are 2 pockets. But it has 4 sleeves, so it holds slightly more pencils. But you probably find this one pops up if you put the other code in. And this is a 180. There is another one, but the sleeves don't come out. And the reason I like these is because you can take these out, and your book and your paintbrushes are quite safe in there. And you can work with this by turning them, so you have all your pinks. If you want your blues or your greens. If you're doing trees, you've got your browns and your greens out. And I really like it for that reason. And the pencils are protected, so I like that as well. So the full new ones that I've never used, they still are protected. And these are not bendable. There's 27 loops on each side, so it's quite a nice pencil case. And I love the fact that you can get a colour book in it, because sometimes you need a pencil case and you need a bag to put your book in and everything else. So I do like the fact that this particular one actually fits everything inside. So thanks for watching.